What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more J-drama score, and we're returning to the soundtrack to the 2013 show Undercover Agent Tokage, starring the one and only Matsuda Shota, who I first saw as Sojiro in Hanayori Dango, and I think that may still be one of his most famous roles, but I think he is excellent in this show, as is, what is her name? Misako, and I guess Renbutsu Misako, who plays Kaori. But yes, this is a really cool show. It combines some different elements. It is fundamentally a detective show, and as you may suspect, given the name Undercover Agent Tokage, it's like an undercover detective show, but there's some intrigue, there's some human drama. It's a really beautiful show, and the soundtrack is done by Kimura Hideakira, who also did the excellent soundtrack for Ouroboros. So I do enjoy in these different J-drama deep dives when I see a composer doing the score for some different shows that I have found in my journeys in these last couple decades. In any case, we're going to listen to a tune called The Chase, which does have a bit of drama and a sense of action, if not like a literal chase, but I think it also does speak to the ability of Tokage to uncover mysteries and to bring to light misdeeds and malfeasance, which is certainly a recurring theme over the course of the episodes, and like with a lot of shows, and J-drama specifically even more in terms of detective shows, there's like the case-by-case, episode-by-episode storyline, and then there's these longer arc storylines, and I think this type of track plays on both of those layers. So yeah, it's a really top tune with a lot of energy and drama. Let's hear it. This is from Undercover Agent Tokage by composer Kimura Hideakira, the track The Chase, 2013. Energy, drama, epic qualities, and a sense of maybe justice overcoming injustice or deceit or malfeasance, as I said. So yeah, it feels very appropriate to the ends, especially of the individual cases, but also these larger storylines as the show plays out. So yeah, again, I think Kimura Hideakira is a great composer. One of the things that immediately struck me when I began watching Ouroboros was the soundtrack, and it's the same for this tune, and as in that soundtrack for Ouroboros, the one for Undercover Agent Tokage, it's got a lot of variety, some very emotional tunes with a lot of kinetic activity. And this one is another one which has like, these percussive rhythms and, driving pace, even as there are some sweeping melodies and big flourishes. So it has melody and percussion in equal measure. And as I said, it seems to be a hallmark of his compositions to have that type of variety on a soundtrack. So again, I've probably gone through, I think this is like the 5th reaction from the soundtrack, and there are, I believe, 24 tunes. So really, we're just scratching the surface, as is the case with a lot of J-drama soundtracks I've gone through. Not the case with the Ouroboros. I think with the Ouroboros, I have done more than half. And, there might be a few left, but I'd say maybe even like 75% of that soundtrack has been reacted to over the last few years. In any case, do let me know what you think of this, and I will see you next time. Peace.